What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Let's get the chat open. We here first in the chat. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Good morning. Nice to see familiar faces. Excited. A lot to talk about today. Hopefully we get through everything. Maybe I need to start doing 3 days a week because I was going through all the links. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much to talk about. A lot of narratives and stuff, which does get outdated. Even though it's only been 2-3 days, sometimes it does get outdated pretty quick. So maybe we got to jump to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then eventually I do want to do daily live streams. That'd be great. What do you guys think of the new layout here? I've been doing this myself, trying to get it going. We got live with Gorilla on top. Boom. How's it look? GM, welcome everybody. So we got the nice logo in the corner. We need some sponsors at the bottom. If anybody wants to sponsor the show before it's too late. But let's jump right into it. So let me share how do I do it? It's this one. Yes. I'm trying to get the screen to be bigger as well. A little less of me and more of the screen. Let's let more people join before I show Waypoint. Cool. So let's just start taking a look at the market. Obviously, we got completely destroyed, right? Everybody knows, everybody felt the pain. The timeline is probably, let me just lower this, the worst sentiment we have seen maybe ever since I've been, like, worse than FTX. I feel like FTX was a moment where we all knew, we're like, oh no, and we're going lower. I mean, Sol went as low as like $8, but now we didn't get our altcoin season. We didn't get NFT season. I mean, we had meme coin season. That was the main meta. But I think a lot of people are incredibly disappointed with this cycle and their own personal performance, right? Some people did incredibly well. I'm medium. I think I conserved well, but I didn't get anywhere near my number. If the cycle is over, right? And if we're headed into a bear, I didn't get anywhere near my number. I round tripped a lot of things, which bothers me. But look, I'm here every day. I'm here for the next bear. I'm here for the next bull. We're just going to expand. We're going to keep growing the channel, the show, everything. So, I still believe in the future of crypto. My thoughts around crypto have changed, which we're going to discuss, and the coins that I believe in and what I want to see out of some tokens. But, I still believe long-term in crypto. So let's just take a look at it. I mean, Bitcoin went as low as, I should get TradingView open. I didn't do it again, but it went as low as 60K. Absolutely insane. Tell me a month ago, tell me 2 weeks ago, we're going to be at 60K. I would have laughed in your face. I would have said never. And we went as low as 60K. This sell-off was just absolutely insane. We were not seeing any bounce, right? All the levels where we thought we were going to bounce at, we were not seeing any bounces, any buyers step in. There's a lot of theories on what happened, which we're going to take a look at, but some prices just went ridiculously low. ETH went as low as 1750. Crazy. I did sell a bit of ETH on the way down because it was clear to me we're going under 2K. I haven't bought back, unfortunately. I can still buy back way like lower than where I sold, but I wanted to buy back at 1800 and I didn't, which was a mistake. At least for now, right? We're not out of the woods. We're going to look at some theories. But the main winner here was really Hype. Hype did not move. Hype was like that statue meme, just like, or the tape meme in the rain. Like, Hype was not taking it. It was not going lower. And Hype has just been absolutely insane, standing its ground. Really good play. I do not have enough Hype. At least I have some Hype, though. That's the way you got to look at it. But it was, so I was seeing a lot of like, oh, how are your coins, crypto bros? Like, it wasn't just crypto. Everything was crashing. Gold and silver were crashing. The stock market was crashing. Worldwide, global stock markets are crashing, right? We did see a massive sell-off in like SaaS companies. And one of the reasons I saw for this, do I have it right here? Yeah, it was Anthropic, which is the company behind Claude, the AI, and they released something for legal services. And here they're saying like 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs could be disrupted within 1 to 5 years. I think things are moving incredibly fast for AI. And we're going to get into NFTs. Don't you worry, sir. Don't you worry. So I think things are coming incredibly fast for AI, and people are not ready for it. and this is outside of OpenAI, right? I think OpenAI is becoming a little bit disappointed, but people trying other tools are really liking what they're seeing, especially Claude. Like I have a really good dev friend, my old business partner actually, who's a brilliant coder, very good coder. And like even he tells me like, yo, I don't code anymore. Like he just runs it through, he just asks Claude to do it for him. And then he just corrects it, right? Because he understands all the code. But I wonder how many big time devs are just doing this because it's way faster than writing it yourself. And the AI is just going to get better and better. And who would have guessed that coding would have been the first industry to just, for these people to not need their jobs anymore. And with the rise of vibe coding and everything. So I think a lot of people were starting to rethink software companies like, hey, why would I pay tens of thousands of dollars for an enterprise level subscription of your service when I could just vibe code my own? Obviously, it's not as easy. I can't just like whip up like, yo, make me Microsoft Excel in 2 seconds. And there's data security issues and everything. But I think a lot of people are realizing, wait, a lot of these softwares are overvalued because of how easy it is for AI to build it and how it's going to disrupt. Like you could just have your core dev whip you up something rather than paying 5-10K a year. Even the other day, like my Calendly bill was renewing, which is not, it's like $100 a year or whatever. But I asked Captain, I'm like, is this something I should pay for? Can I just whip this up myself? And he told me, he's like, yeah, you could just whip it up yourself. It went through automatically. So I missed the chance to whip it up myself. Let's close some of these as we go. But surprisingly, NFTs held up decently. Like NFTs is one sector where ETH was crashing. So you're still losing value, but NFT prices like barely even move. Normally we see massive sell-offs. I guess we front run the sell-offs and NFT prices are already really low. Like Pudgy's sub 10K is insane, especially when you think like these were over 100K. So crazy levels. What does it say? I have no idea what this says, but I hope I didn't just show something weird on screen. Yeah, saw the CG NFTs coming soon. That was a joke. There is no NFT. I would never do an NFT at 1 ETH. Actually, if I did do an NFT, it would be at 1 ETH, but it wouldn't be or it would be free, but it would never be 10K. That would be like a small like 200 membership collection or something. But no, there is no NFT. I was just kidding. I was just engagement farming and like trolling a little bit, I see a lot of people saying their targets 40 to 50, 45K Bitcoin. Like if we do go lower, I did think 50K was in the cards. I think 30K is way too low, but it's very possible. Let's just keep going because we're going to cover a lot of this stuff. So like I was saying, the stock market, a lot of stocks down for different reasons, but here obviously crypto strategy just completely wrecked. Coinbase down 66% from all-time highs. We have Netflix, Palantir taking a hit. Dude, if Palantir goes too low, I'm gonna get some Palantir. I wonder though the software stuff. I don't know if it can disrupt Palantir. Anyways, Microsoft, Broadcom, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, all these stocks are down, right? The Magnificent Seven, the ones that led everything, taking huge hits here. So it's not limited to crypto. Like we saw massive amount wiped off of the stock market, which is worth way more than crypto. But a lot of bad things happening all around globally. We have Amazon. I think they missed like their earnings and they were down double digits. But even worldwide, I saw like here Volvo was down like that's insane, 24%. Volvo taking a massive hit. So it's not when everybody's like, oh, how are your crypto coins? GM Granansky, how are your crypto coins? Like, dude, it's everyone. I was gonna post and I forgot to post it. I was gonna post a meme of like a boomer saying like, oh, how's your magic internet money doing? And then the kid answering like, I don't know, how's your colorful rocks doing? Because everything is just down. Like, where do you go? What's the flight to safety? The dollar is crashing, everything is crashing in value. Things are just getting more expensive. So where do you go? Like Pokemon cards? I don't know. Porsches? Maybe buy a supercar. But the weird thing around crypto is, we have the Clarity Act, or we have like the regulation that's coming. Hopefully there's like a block right now between like Coinbase and all these stable coins companies and the banks, which to me is a disgusting debate that's going on. But we have like constantly Trump saying crypto president, we're going to be the crypto capital. JD Vance here saying we want our fellow Americans to know that crypto and digital assets, and particularly Bitcoin, are part of the mainstream economy and here to stay. So it's like all the signs are pointing crypto good, crypto here to stay. But the price action is not reflecting it at all. We are getting absolutely destroyed. Seeker's where you go. I don't even know what Seeker does, to be honest. I know what it is. It's the coin for their phone, but I don't know what it is. I saw a lot of people pointing back to this. Let me say it: buy all the dips. He posted this multiple times here, and we've been down only since he posted that. Here, Moritz saying, if you listen to Eric Trump exactly 1 year ago, you'd be down 24% on your investment. But if you bought the S&P, you'd be up 14%, gold 73%, silver 148%. So, rough times if you listened. But long term, I think we're going to be fine. But we could be in for a brutal year. We could be in for a really rough year. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome. If you could hit that like button, it'll help spread the video to more people. So if you hit the like button, really helps the channel out. Free to do. I hate asking, but helps me out a lot. I've been doing this 5 years straight, and helps me out a lot. But continuing, everybody was trolling Michael Saylor and Tom Lee. I saw Michael Saylor. I didn't listen to it. Like, I'm not listening 2 hours of this stuff. But did Grok ever answer me? No, Grok couldn't listen to video. Yeah, Michael Saylor had his earnings call like this. It must have been funny, right? With yeah, a lot of characters, to say the least. We have Lynn Allen's cool. I listen to a lot of their stuff. I don't know most of these people. Andrew Kang, name rings a bell. But yeah, Michael Saylor and Tom Lee. Just funny overall, right? They're down. They're down collectively. Like, I think it was 11 or 12 billion dollars at the top or at the bottom. But this is part of the game. A lot of people are trolling. I know Michael Saylor released a video saying, like, think how I'm going to feel when Bitcoin's at $10 million. And people were like, oh my God. But this is the game. This is what he signed up for. Now, can it go all wrong and he gets completely nuked and they have to sell everything off, or they have to sell a little bit and that causes a cascade in the price of Bitcoin? Absolutely. But they're fully aware. I saw a post from him saying, like, hey, when Bitcoin went from 69K down to 16, we bought all the way down. Like, we were buying. Now the difference is they've been buying all the way up, like, which isn't, especially if they pay 10 to 15% over the asking the market price of Bitcoin. Obviously, it's not great, but they knew what they were signing up for. Same for Tom Lee. Like, he's been top blasting ETH. What they need to do, though, is keep buying. Like, now you're getting a dip. These are the dips that they always talk about. Are they going to keep buying as aggressively? Do they have the funds to keep buying? It's not their money. It's their clients' money. Personally, I wouldn't buy MicroStrategy or I forget what Bitmine or whatever it's called, Tom Lee's company. Like, well, I would just buy the ETF. Like, if I couldn't buy the coin, I would just buy the ETF. I don't understand really the logic behind it. But Tom Lee, from Bitmine, posting about this, because a lot of people were farming this. He's down how much money. Bitmine is designed to track the price of ETH, outperform over the cycle. Think ETH up. They also stake, right? They stake the ETH crypto, and is in a downturn, naturally priced down. We will see unrealized losses on our holdings during these times. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So we call out index funds for their losses. Yeah, I don't disagree with that line, but if they realize this loss, that's I think 5th or 8th biggest loss in history. My view on this is, like, don't they have, like, a lot of people were calling for this downturn. Don't they have people saying, like, hey, price is potentially about to go lower. Let's save some liquid and just completely buy up the dips. Like, they better announce some massive buybacks, right? Or massive buys right now. Because he's doing OTC deals. So he's not buying it on the market. He's doing like an OTC. So I guess somebody goes and buys it up for him. I don't know where they're getting it. Like, I don't know why he doesn't just place stink bids, or somewhere. How much would that hold up the price of Bitcoin if they were doing it like that? But OTC does really nothing for the market. Let's just close some stuff here. But yeah, so the big question is this market over? There's this famous now post from 4chan where Some anonymous user said like, hey, all-time high, all-time low, like all the dates, and he perfectly called. October 6th was, at least for now, the all-time high of the cycle. And if we're going to believe this, right, the simulation, the all-time low on Bitcoin would be October 5th, 2026. Very long time from now, right? A very long time from now, 8 months from now, which would be brutal. That means we keep chopping sideways. Maybe we get some pumps. We do get bear market rallies, but we go lower. That would be brutal if that actually played out, you know, or if a cycle's not over and this was just a blip through what we're going through. So there's this theory, which would be absolutely brutal. You know, FUD was at an all-time high. There's a lot of narratives going around. We're going to look through a lot of them, but like this guy, I won't say his name just for the algo, being Satoshi, which if you actually read the emails makes absolutely no sense. He was clearly interested in it. He also didn't, and people were like, oh, yo, he invested in the early days. No, it's like a few years after. And he also invested in Coinbase, but he sold. He invested 3 million in Coinbase and he sold for 15 million. I guess OTC'd it. We have Vitalik selling ETH and layers and saying layer twos are not going to make it. We're going to look at all this stuff. CZ crashing out, Aster like nuking, and then all the 1010 FUD, which a lot of this I think started with 1010. We have Toli from Solana saying meme coins have no real value, which he's right. But like the only thing I want to do on Sol really is, at least for now, for me personally, is trade meme coins. Then the Justin Sun X FUD, whatever. That's not really FUD for us. But let's start. There's this rumor going around, and I haven't seen any actual proof that these are his wallets, but that Ethereum is that Vitalik is selling ETH. He sold up to 7 million, which if that's true, if that's the case, that absolutely sucks. Not that he's not allowed to sell, right? That's his money, but the sentiment right now is so bad, it's so low that this is not when you sell, right? This is not when you nuke your own company. You sell at the top, dude. You sell at the top. But even if he sold at the top, like a lot of people would be, there's no time where he can sell. That's honestly the truth. He needs to just periodically sell. But yeah, I saw a lot of accounts posting this, so I'm not sure if these are actually his wallets or not, but it really sucks. I did see one person say like he's selling to invest in open source and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's true. We also have the Binance FUD. A lot of people saying Binance and other exchanges are completely manipulating the market, like using customer funds and nuking it on purpose. There's a few theories on this. I saw this one where like this dude's complete LARP. It was just a pure engagement farm saying he's going to do a stream to I really don't like when accounts do that. I just straight mute them. He posted a fake letter or alleged fake letter. Even Binance said it's not real, so it is fake. That he got a cease and desist, and he's not going to be able to do the stream. And then he's just promoting a casino. Even the casino that he's promoting, I won't even say the name, came out and said like we had nothing to do with this. This is a LARP. So you know, game is game. Dude got millions of views for engagement farming, but like people like this, I just mute because they're not trustworthy. They're just going to say anything to you, cause you to panic, make you potentially sell your bags just so they can get views, which isn't cool. But yeah, the other theory going around is that somebody blew up, right? An exchange blew up or something blew up, which there is a really good theory that I saw this morning, actually. I kind of did a quick read of it. But here, like no evidence, this guy's just speculating, but I'm seeing a lot of people boast about this. Somebody blew up. This is not natural price action. Here, Mert getting 430K views on someone very obviously blew up, by the way, which that's just the prices were going down way too quick. And this is the theory I saw this morning. Sold at 10K, Bitcoin to 10 mil. Let's go, dude. But yeah, so it's this long post. I saw a really good TLDR on it in the comments by a Moonbird. Yeah, right here. Saying, had to read a few times, whatever. IBIT just had a record day in volume, while Bitcoin and Sol sold off together without usual cascades of liquidations. That suggests forced selling, not panic. The theory is a large non-crypto hedge fund, likely Hong Kong-based, blew up a leveraged IBIT option trade, possibly tied to the Japan carry trade, which is unwinding. There's still a lot of stuff going around. I heard they were like dumping, I guess, more US treasuries to save themselves. But they were dumping, yeah, and taking losses in silver because silver also crashed. Because the fund is isolated and non-crypto, Crypto Twitter wouldn't see it. Proof, if any, would show in a 13F filing. So it's a company going bankrupt. They're forced to sell. They had some heavy options. It reads less like crypto selling and more like a balance sheet failure. I mean, they were selling, but it's not like a sell-off, right? And then I did see there was a follow-up post on this one. I could unpin it now. Yeah, NASDAQ requested that the SEC allow them to remove options contracts caps on major Bitcoin and ETH ETFs, and it was granted. So I guess they were allowed to like dump more faster, and it maybe I'm just like guessing here, right? I literally read this 10 minutes ago. I haven't had the time to look into it. But it, if I would prefer a non-crypto player. I don't want everybody's like mad at Binance and want them to blow up. That would be very bad in my opinion. I think they need less power. I do think if they are manipulating the market, then yes, I want to see something happen there. But I want them to have less power. But I don't want another FTX situation. I don't want people everybody who has their funds locked into a centralized exchange to lose their funds for 2-3 years, get forced sold, especially now if we're gonna be in 5 years at $250,000 Bitcoin. And you were forced sold at 60K the same way customer funds from FTX were sold at 16K and they missed out a ride from 16 to 120. I don't want to see that happen. So if something did blow up, it's in Web 2. It's a hedge fund, right? No, it has nothing to do with us. But I do think the narrative around crypto, and even for me personally, the narrative has changed. My thoughts around crypto a little bit. I'm starting to view a lot of these coins as NFTs, right? A lot of these altcoins, just like the same way I said, like, why when an NFT now announces a partnership, right? You get Pudgies or Doodles or whoever. I'm not trying to pick on any NFT announcing a major partnership with a brand. We always say, oh, in 2021, this would have full sent, but now it's doing nothing. Like they went down. The NFT went down in value. Announcements are bearish unless it affects the price, right? And the reason is because, yeah, it helps the company, but there's nothing. The company isn't doing anything for the NFT. They're not using. I saw Pudgy posted, or one of the team members from Pudgy posted, like, oh, we're making 50K a day from our toys or whatever it is, not toys, but from their Pudgy shop. We're making 50K a day. And I was like, all the Pudgies in the comments are like, let's go, bullish, amazing. My thought was like, I'm happy for you guys as a company, but why do I care? Like, what do I care if Apple's like, hey, we're making $12 billion a day? Like, that's great for Apple stock, yeah, because they do buybacks, and it's going to be bullish for the stock because they're making revenue. But how does that affect the Pudgy Penguins? Like, iPhone prices aren't going to go up just because they're making 12 billion a day. The same thing for NFTs. NFTs are just something they sold to us. Not the Pudgy's team, the previous Pudgy's team, but NFTs in general used for funding, and there's no tie to the floor. Nobody's putting revenues back into the floor, which to me sucks, right? I'm thinking the same for altcoins. Like, why ETH, why Solana? I can trade all these different platforms now in stablecoins. I could trade Polymarket, Hyperliquid, FOMO app, all in stablecoins. Why do I need to hold this insanely volatile asset? I was even thinking yesterday, as far as like all these games that have failed and they've dropped a token and NFTs. NFTs I like in games. The token was always a weird one to me. I want a stable coin as the asset, right? When I go buy V-Bucks in Fortnite, like the price, it's not changing. That's what I want. I want a stable coin for a game. I don't want to lose. I don't want to have to buy something to go buy a skin and then the coin just goes down, so the skin is worthless now. I want the skin to only become worthless if people stop caring about the game. That's fair, but I want a stable coin. I want the value to stay the same. And I don't want to get wrecked. I don't want to make 20 SOL on a meme coin, but then the market crashes and I'm losing money. Like, I kind of went on a tangent there. So yeah, why do I need any of these coins? And the same thing, just like why would I buy any of these NFTs outside of gambling or speculating? Why would I buy any of these altcoins unless they're going to do like Hyperliquid and they're going to start to put fees back into their token? And the big issue is a lot of these chains, a lot of these projects have no fees. They're not making any revenue. So there's no revenue they can put back into their coin anyways. Same is true for NFTs. Most of them aren't making revenue, so they can't do buybacks anyways. But if you're going to post about revenues, I don't know. I want to start seeing some support in the floor. The other issue for NFTs, though, is that most of these NFT companies have also launched a token now. All the majors have a token. So you have 3 different NFT collections to support. You have a token to support. Who are they going to pay more attention to? The token. One, you have way more you have way more holders, but Pengu has 500,000 plus holders versus like 10,000 NFT holders. Obviously, they want to protect the token first before the NFTs, even though I feel the sentiment around NFTs is stronger. They're going to help their holders more. So if there's any buybacks, I feel they would just go into Pengu. And then I had something else, but I lost my train of thought. But let's get back into here. So yeah, a lot of things happen around crypto. We had the 1010 slaughter. We have the digital, the DATS like he says hangover, but I feel it's like an overhang now. Like some of these guys, the narrative is really strong around them. They own a lot of crypto. You know, people are scared of what's going to happen. I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means. We got the quantum fears. Quantum fears to me, which Michael Saylor did address in his earnings call, makes no sense. Dude, if quantum happens, everything is finished. Our bank accounts are gone. Our emails are hacked. Every database is like, this is way beyond crypto. I don't know why people point at crypto so much. It's everything. It's not just crypto. AI opportunity. I do agree with this. Like, I think it's more of an AI opportunity. I just think there's so much now, especially everything's on chain. You could buy stocks, you could buy commodities. There's so much you can do with crypto. Like, why would you go buy these random altcoins? But you could get exposure to stocks. But I do agree the AI, like that I'm seeing a lot of like, hey, invest in robotics, invest in all this stuff. But at the same time, I think AI and crypto are going to play a massive role together because AI is going to use crypto to transact. If they want to go buy stocks, they're not going to open a TradFi account. They're just going to they're going to buy stocks on Hyperliquid or something. But a lot of these narratives here, Trump association, I could see that one. I could understand that. And yeah, if the Democrats get back into power, what are they going to do with crypto? At the end of their, during the election, right, they kind of tried to be pro-crypto. So we'll see if they switch on that. Minimal innovation since Hyperliquid. I don't know. Solana Casino Massacre, like a lot of sentiments around crypto has changed. And I do like, the regular people don't want, I think most people right now, if you compare gold to crypto, what do they want to buy? The gold dip or the crypto dip? I think a lot of people still want to buy the gold dip. Even me, because I have max exposure to Bitcoin or to crypto, I want to buy the gold dip, but it's hard to gauge. Now, again, we're not out of the water. I'm seeing this whole narrative around, State Department tells U.S. citizens to leave Iran now. This is something we've been, at least in my Discord, we chat about a lot with things happening with Iran. I didn't verify that this is legitimate, but here I saw the U.S. aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln has moved within striking distance of Tehran. Like, is there war happening? I don't know. I typically go to Polymarket here. And look at the odds, like ignore the ones. Okay, February 20th is close, but ignore like June, right? I think they're just going to trade. I think they're just going to trade. So I'm just answering a DM. I think it's about this. I think they did. US and Iran did have a meeting. Yeah, Captain said, and it went decent. Okay, they met in Oman, and there was a meeting. So hopefully we're out of the water with this stuff. And it doesn't happen, but I keep an eye on these odds. They have been spiking, but I think it's just trades, right? It's just traders trading, as opposed to like, but if there is insider, right? If somebody knows, I would keep an eye on this because if you see one of these spike like crazy, either it's somebody manipulating the market or it's, insiders who know something's about to happen. So this market on Polymarket is actually really important. And I've been keeping an eye on it. We also had the jobless claims that came in. The data was bad. We have the, what's his name? Kevin Warsh, right? That Kevin Warsh decision it caught a lot of people off guard. Oops, I went too far. I thought I had the Kevin Warsh. Okay, I don't have it here. Let's just go for the rate cuts. Boom. Yeah, we had the Kevin. No, that's not it. We had the Kevin Warsh decision, and the reason is The reason for this is, maybe it'll be on the homepage, is because Fed decision in March is the one I wanted. Right now, people are saying no chance. I might put a little bit on 25. I'm not against it, but maybe Jerome doesn't cut before he leaves. But I think the Kevin Warsh thing, because he's hawkish, right? I think he will cut rates, but rate cuts don't save our bags. Quantitative easing does. The money printing is what makes Bitcoin pump, not rate cuts. So, and he's less likely to turn on the printer. I think that's why people are hawkish. That's why people got scared. And I guess let's just jump into the prices. So, prices, people were really scared of what's going to happen with the market. You can see the odds here right now in 2026, very high chance, according to traders, that ETH goes sub 1,500, which is, the pricing's so weird here. So there's, why is there no like 25? I guess because it's pretty, I guess that means it's obvious we're going back above 2,500. Let's go. But this year, way less likely that we're going to see even back above 3,500 than we will under 1,500. What about Bitcoin? Oh, this is February. I think I have the year though. Okay, the most odds right now is that we go lower, 5,500. Here, we'll go lower for sure. The question is when. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that thought. Here, Bitcoin prices in 2027, we are way less likely to see sub 50 than we are to see 100K in 2026, which makes sense because we are closer to 55, 50K. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like we can go through some pain and then we could get out of it. I think people are overly bearish now, but the narrative right now is that the cycle's over. And everything's crashing, everything's unwinding. Solana price, let's look at the Solana price. Here we have way more likely to go sub 60 than 160. These prices are so far apart. There should be in between. But I guess it's like obvious, but that's good news if we're going to go to 150, if that's obvious. And then I want to do a little plug. You can see it at the bottom here. Waypoint. Waypoint is actually Captain, another friend, Crypto, and Mai's company that we're doing. Right now, it's just a bot, absolutely free to use. You can add it. Here are the steps. It's in the description on YouTube, waypoint.tools. You add it to your Discord server, and there are a ton of alerts. Then you just need to set up the channels. Super easy to do. And then you get alerts. So we're focusing on a few different areas. We're focusing on prediction markets. So for now, just poly market. There's going to be NFT bots. There's going to be crypto bots. We have even KOL bots. Like we just add this YouTube summary. You don't even need to watch my videos. You can literally just go read the summary of all the things I'm saying, sentiment, price targets, what coins YouTubers are talking about, how they feel about those coins. I consume so much YouTube. So this is just a tool I wanted. But other than that, we have 3-hour summaries, biggest narratives in crypto. We have pings. So this will alert you like, hey, this airdrop just happened, or whitelist submission. There's a deadline that's closing, airdrops, a token listing, whatever it is, it's going to be in here. And then, these are the poly market ones. So we have insiders, like either really good traders who are taking like sus trades, like, hey, there's something going on here, or fresh wallets, like a brand new wallet is aping this market and you want that alert. We also have the new markets channel, which just shows you all the new poly markets. We have, volume bots and whale bots coming, stuff for coins. So completely free to add. You could add it to your Discord. We'll probably open up just a server for people who don't want to do this, but you might see it in a lot of servers you're in Valley, in Gems. We're going to get it added to a ton of different servers. So look out for the Waypoint bot. You could also just add it to your server for free. Little plug I wanted to do, but let's move on with the show here. Got to share my screen again. Window, is it this one? Share. Boom. Let's make it bigger with the new layout. There we go. Cool. So we have Vitalik fudding my bags. He is fudding L2s, he's selling and he's fudding. Not great, Vitalik. So really long post here. The TLDR is just him saying like, L2s, like ETH is becoming really fast and cheap. The whole we're faster than ETH narrative is not going to fly anymore. there was a lot of panic around this. There was a lot of chatter. So he did do a follow-up post here, which is also really long. I have a TLDR in ChatGPT. So basically the TLDR is stop cloning EVM chains. That path is dead. L1 scaling more copy paste L2s or new L1 new L1s are not necessary. You know, the narrative we've all been saying, like, oh, another L2, another L1. If you build, add something genuinely new, where he gives examples: privacy, app-specific design, ultra-low latency, etc. Mega ETH. Then deep Ethereum integration should be real, not marketing. And then if you are Ethereum native, say it. And vibes must match substance. I think ChatGPT added that one in. But let's look at our Mega ETH bags. I did see Brad replied here, just saying, hey, we hit 3 out of 3 of the things that you brought up. I did ChatGPT this too. What does it mean for Mega ETH? And it was bullish. It was good. It was like, yo, Mega ETH passes the test. The market though, oh, it's back up. That's nice. That was a bid last night during the crash. This went under for the first time yesterday since the raise. The price for Mega ETH was under 50. I think it was 48%. Let's just go look. Yeah, look at that dip. That was a good dip to buy. I posted about it instead of buying. Classic mistake. But only 11% of people think above 2 bill. Maybe there's a trade to be made here. And 1.5, 17%. So a majority of people think it's going to be very close to the $1 billion raise. Really unfortunate. It's still trading higher. It's trading at like 1.2 bill on Hyperliquid last I checked. But yeah, you know, it's not as bullish as it once was. And what sucks is Mega ETH mainnet is on Monday. It's right around the corner. We are not getting token right away. But I do think sentiment, you know, depending where the market is, I think sentiments are going to be higher around Mega ETH as we get closer to TGE. I think people are just impatient. They want the coin. It's not coming. They're going to be bearish. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people upset about how long it's taken, how we haven't been told any timeline on our investment. But it's funny seeing the shift of like everybody was crying publicly on the timeline. Like, I didn't get an allocation. What is this? No fair. KOLs, all this stuff. And now we're like, lol, loser. You put your money into that. So it's just a funny shift that happened. And I'm still bullish. Okay. I got once mainnet opens and more stuff is open, I'm going to make a video on how I'm playing it for the airdrop campaign. But let's move on to Hyperliquid, the golden child in everyone's eyes. At least right now, it could change. Sentiment moves with price action, right? Narrative moves with price action. Yeah. Yeah, for price action, Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid got a Coinbase listing. Not shocking, right? The amount of volume and the amount of people talking about Hyperliquid. I'm not shocked. Why wouldn't you want it listed? The fees they were making, dude, look at these fees. They made like over $7 million in a single day, and 97% of it goes back into the token. And that's why we're seeing price hold up so solid, so strong. So great for Hyperliquid. I do think they are, I'm seeing, it wicked down to 27. I do think there is an attack happening. You know, this is why they launched Aster. They're trying to go after Hyperliquid, and Hyperliquid is just holding up so strong. So it's really great to see. Here we have, and the other reason why they get so much in fees is everyone is integrating Hyperliquid, right? Like all these products for their perps are, I can think of so many that are just integrating Hyperliquid. Infinex uses Hyperliquid. Hypsopedia's Nexus uses Hyperliquid. Like when people want to do perps, they don't want to do it themselves. They turn to Hyperliquid. I know some are adding more now. They're adding like lighter and stuff, but Hyperliquid is still the king. And all the revenue they make, this is what I was saying about tokens and NFTs before, right? Why do I care if an NFT company is making revenue if it's not going back into the floor and helping my bags? But Hyperliquid, you want them to get partnerships. You're rooting for them to get all this because it means more revenue back into the token, back into your bags. So that's a really good narrative. So they got Hyperliquid meet Ripple Prime. We're now enabling institutions to access on-chain derivative liquidity through Hyperliquid in a streamlined, secure way. Customers can also efficiently cross-margin crypto with all the assets classes supported by our Prime Brokers platform, whatever. So On Ripple, a lot of XRP maxis I saw were upset about this, but yeah. And then the other thing they're adding with the HIP or HIP, whatever it's called, 4 is going to be prediction markets. I don't know if this is official video. Like, I'm not sure who MLM is, but I did see, maybe this is just like a mock video, but we're going to get prediction markets in Hyperliquid. So really cool to see. I don't think it's going to be directly from them, right? I think it's going to be others can build prediction markets on Hyperliquid the same way like anybody can launch. I'm not sure exactly how it works for the tokenized stocks, but it's going to mean more volume. It's going to mean more people doing trading prediction markets right now. I do think it's open, right? Polymarket, or maybe you can only do it on the app. For America, platforms like Kalshi are only available to Americans. So there's still a lot of restrictions around this stuff. And we have the decentralized path, which is Hyperliquid. Moving on. This was supposed to be at the beginning, actually, when I mentioned Trump, but they added DJT, which is just their token, to their True Social. They were going to launch they're launching a token for Trump Media. I didn't actually look if this happened. It was supposed to happen on February 2nd, but it's just like a soulbound token, so who cares? I was just shocked. And then there was also this thing, the Trump RX, which is just for pharmaceuticals to lower prices. But I was shocked there's no meme coin, unless I completely missed it. I was shocked there's no meme coin that launched like TRX or Trump RX that just popped off with this narrative. And he goes to do a speech here. American will have the lowest prices for the first time ever. So I think it's a great initiative if it actually works, right? If this is legitimate and not just another little scamsies. But let's open the other screen, and we're getting into NFTs. NFTs, everyone. So, oops, that's my document. Before NFTs, I did want to talk about meme coins. Let's make this bigger. Boom. We did have, the whole narrative, which is still going on. I mean, Malta is down so bad. That dude who was up $2 million now is now up less than 200K. But every coin that's launching is like Claw, Closter, Claude, Open Claude, whatever. And we had Claw Strategy, which I actually played this one, very small amounts. I'm trying to build up my FOMO account. I started with $700. I'm trying to get it to 10K. Just trading. But we had this coin, so luckily I caught the top of it because the dev just completely rugged. Really unfortunate. I don't know why you would do that. Here, so what happened with Closter was straight up a disaster. Dev shouldn't be nuking the charts just to get paid. I think they made 54 ETH, so they made like 100K. And what did he say here? FYI, Dev sold 54 ETH in one clip because everyone was dumping. It's the classic meme, like, of course I'd sell. Everybody's selling. Who wouldn't? Clawbot, what is this? Clawbot is trading. My mult is down 10x. Yeah, really unfortunate, dude. It sucks, man. It sucks. I think part of it is because it ended up being a LARP, right? That like the devs could tell the AI agents on Molt what to do. If not, that narrative would have kept growing, right? Because there was a lot of fear around it. Shame with a lot of the Claude derivatives. Yeah. I'm really tired of this narrative. I don't like the AI agent is fine, but we need to get away from the Claw stuff. It's just annoying, and the Molt stuff. I think that's exactly why anyone building a legit project should be. I don't want to show. I don't know what Clanker World is. Okay, I'm not trying to show something. Okay, it's the Clanker is the. Yeah. Okay, Clanker's good. Clanker and Banker, right? Why you get 80% of fees versus. Okay, he's dunking on Banker, but like you still get fees. I think both are fine. You get 80% of fees versus. Maybe I'll do a video on Clanker and Banker. So you're still getting fees. They're getting fees from the trading volume. So why did they rug it? Like, as the coin nukes, you're getting fees, and that goes up and down. Now your coin's dead. Now you're not getting any more fees. You traded lifetime revenue for short-term revenue, which really sucks, right? Hey, what's good, crew? Welcome to the show, sir. And then I didn't say GM Bunsen. Welcome, sir. I appreciate you guys showing up. If you could hit that like button, helps me out. And make sure you subscribed. We had the rainbow token launch. Didn't they raise at 100 mil? Didn't they just do very small, a 0.5% raise? But like, didn't they do it at 100 mil? And they're currently at like 33, which was, I feel, to be expected. The poly market wasn't bullish. You know, why is this coin? Why do I need this coin? I don't even know what this coin does. I don't know what their market share is. I don't know what their market share is for what, like how many people use their wallet. Somebody said here, White Whale is back again. Yes, sir. I saw that. He was on the guy, the biggest holder, was on the leaderboard today on FOMO. Yeah, making a comeback. 140 mil. What was the low? Wow, dude. That's actually crazy. Crazy comeback here from 30 mil to 150. Yo, it's almost at all-time highs. Wow. I would have never predicted this happening. Actually crazy. And then I didn't look into this one, but I saw Big Trout was like, yeah, it's 6 mil. I mean, a lot of the AI coins are still doing decent, which is one. There's a few. What's Felix at? Hey, Felix about to put in an all-time high. I bought back this morning near the top, but I papered this one at like 1 mil, unfortunately. But like, there's a lot of narratives and stuff that are still doing well. I think the trenches there's still a lot of money to be made in the trenches. That's the funny part. But let's keep moving on. Oh yeah, speaking of meme coins and airdrops, allegedly, Alon and Pump Fund are deleting all mentions of airdrops. So anytime they said airdrop and stuff, apparently these tweets are being deleted. Are they doing it for legal reasons, right? Are they doing it for legal reasons where they weren't supposed to say in advance there's going to be an airdrop, whatever? Or is this them trying to get out of doing an airdrop and there's no law? They're going to say we never said airdrop, even though there's literal recorded proof of them saying airdrops. You know, do they legally have to do it? I don't know. Here's somebody saying engagement farm. So maybe it's not true. Maybe they aren't deleting. You know what? Let me look it up myself. What would it be? It would be from at Pump. What's their at Pump Fund? Airdrop. Let's go see. Let me go first find them. Pump Fund. Because I don't see. Let's go Alon. Alon would be better because I'm not sure if Pump Fund ever said. I'm sorry. I'm just doing it off screen. Let me just clear my search. Okay. From Alon airdrop. Yeah, they're all gone. Let's just look up Pump Fund and make sure. Okay, it works. Yeah, so they're all gone. So if he had tweeted airdrops in the past, he deleted them all, which isn't good for our bags. Yeah. But one airdrop that we are hopefully going to get is going to be Polymarket. Polymarket, they files for trademark for Poly, which they've confirmed. You know, there's going to be a token in the past. They've said they're looking at Hyperliquid as inspiration. Doesn't mean they're going to give us 30% of their supply. You know, they're trying to trade, be a public company. I wonder how that would work with shareholders if they're giving them tokens and stuff. I don't know. But this could be one of the biggest airdrops of 2026. And I did see, I don't know where this is, live on Solana. I didn't check where, but pre-IPO shares trading at 12 to 13 billion. Reminder, Pump Fund is valued at 2 billion. The thing is, they're not making any revenue right now, right? They only have fees on the 15-minute markets. So, but it's you know, it's the biggest prediction market. So I'm really excited for this. You know, I haven't farmed anywhere near enough volume. I've legitimately traded. So hopefully that's very much taken into consideration versus like there's a lot of people just farming volume, doing delta neutral strategies and stuff. So yeah, is this allowed to promise an airdrop and not do it? I guess it depends where you live, you know, what the laws are in your country and stuff. I'm sure there'd be, if he didn't, there'd probably be a legal ramification. They for sure get sued, but they literally have $1.6 billion to fight that lawsuit. So I don't know what law firm's going to want to take that on. Then I know we said NFTs and we're not talking about NFTs. I found this funny. There was a milady that won the $1 million giveaway for the article with another Toshi Bets guy down with this one, 46 million views. So he won, and then he's just been like, he's just posting, horrible stuff. It's pretty funny. I saw he got reached out to by a reporter. Allowed, yeah, funny. What's allowed in Web3? I mean, think of the crime that happens in Web3. But there's another contest if anybody wants to join it. They're giving away 1,500,000 and 250K to the top 3 videos about Grok created with Image 1.0. I should give this a try, actually. It'll probably get good engagement even if you don't win, right? So funny to see a Milady PFP win it. And immediately post a pump fund ticker. Classic. But let's get into NFTs. Let's close a lot of this stuff and get into NFTs because we had a few things going on. I saw there was like a 100, was it 110th sale or something on like a hoodie punk. And then during the dip, somebody came in and swept 10 punks for over 300 ETH. So that was really cool to see. I mean, I was shocked. What are punks trading at? Let's just go. I'll come back to this page. What are punks trading at right now? Punks are trading, that ETH's back up a little bit for 59K. I was telling Captain, like, yo, punks at if ETH goes down to 15, 1200, if we do get that and punks are going to be like at 20 again, I'd pick up a punk. Yeah, I'd pick up a punk. So really cool to see for CryptoPunks, some insane prices on NFTs here. Stuff I wouldn't have thought we'd be at this point in the market. Sub 10K for Pudgy Penguins. Apes are around 10K as well. Moonbird's holding up incredibly well. We're going to go through some collections, but let's first go back to this one. A good mint this week. Nazbella minted free mint. They actually DM'd me and I missed it. Like I saw it too late, but shout out to them for considering me. I appreciate it. Free mint all the way to $100. I think TMA is a big holder of these, right? Yeah, TMA has 27. Good job, TMA. Good trader. So they just did a reveal. They look cool. They're pumping post-reveal, which is nice to see. That's always something good to see, right? That you had the reveal dip and then they pumped right there. So this is cool. It reminds me of like this, like obviously not the art style, looks very different, but it reminds like the skulls of Sam Spratt skull, the skulls of Lucy. These, it's like everybody gets a PFP of a skull. So really cool to see this collection do well. And, an art-focused collection, there's nothing behind. It's just art, right? Really great that it pumped. It got pinged by Waypoint Mintscan. I don't think that's a public bot yet, but I guess we're announcing it. Yeah, catchment closed. So you want a new catchment? You need Waypoints there. Hi, long time no see. Glad to see you. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Sorry. Appreciate you. Thank you. Nice to see you as well. Smart investment for long-term investment. Wait, what is this? Which one was I talking about? Oh, for punks, CryptoPunks, I think. Yeah. I like it. I think it's good. I don't think we get that low though, but we'll see. But yeah, NFTs overall doing like they held up decently well throughout this market volatility. Good Vibes Club's at 0.9. You're taking a loss in dollar value because your ETH is going down. But yeah, all these prices are so stable. Crazy. Doodles were under $1K. Yeah, I was laughing at that because I'm like, they did a secondary collection to give people a better entry, but it's like your main one's under $1,000. Yeah, Moonbird's holding up incredibly well. How's Burb doing? How is Burb doing? We can check it directly from OpenSea. Token. Burb is still, dude. Burb is you can see I sold my airdrop. Boom. Oh wow, I sold my airdrop right before the pump. It's crazy. I was sleeping during the pump anyways. But yeah, it went down to sub 2, and then it's currently at, let me get this off. I said 2 bill. It went to sub 200 mil, and now it's pushing back closer to 300 mil. So Burb doing really well. Burb doing really well. Moonbirds are doing well. Glad to see it. I did see, what was it? Monster posted this in my server. What was that collection? Imaginary ones. Am I misspelling? Oops. Yeah, imaginary ones. That's it. Imaginary ones had a little pump because they announced like a partnership with My Little Pony or something. Just as I say, partnerships don't help anything. Yeah, My Little Pony partnership from Hasbro with imaginary ones. So yeah, they caught a little bit of volume here. Nothing crazy, but they went from I guess 0.07. Oh, TMA bought. He was selling. He was selling. Oh no, he bought. He bought. Oh wait, he bought a week ago. About a week ago, with some bids. Oh, nice flip. Nice flip, sir. No crazy volume, you know, like barely any sales here. What is this, like 15 sales in the last 24 hours? But they're up 40%. Let me go see what. Pinged and Waypoint, your comments on what is that? Death Strategy? I'm not sure which one that is. That's like an NFT strategy coin? How do I get to the coins? Browse? Is that a NFT strategy coin? Or I don't even know what collection that would be for. I don't think that's what this is. Maybe it's just a different tokens. I never claimed. Go claim, sir. You're able to claim. It works now. Crazy that CryptoPunks were almost 200K when OpenSea. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, and now they're down. They're down 75%. It didn't work for me. It works now though. Claiming and sending now low and holding. You mean? Which punk would you get, Gorilla? Bald punk. Bald punk, sir. Double down on apes, dude. I like Bored Apes, man. I like Bored Apes. I want them to succeed. It's a collection that I would buy. You know, I'd get any of the top ones. I got a hyper the other day. I top blasted, unfortunately. But I like Hyperliquid. I like hypers. I think it's a good community, or it's a good PFP. I don't know much about the community. I'd get any of the top ones, man. I'd get a Bored Ape. I'd get a hyper. I'd get a Pudgy. I'd get a punk. Like if you believe in NFTs, any of those are good bets, you know. If you want cheaper one, I like chimpers. You know, I think things like CloneX are a pure gamble on who the buyers are, if they ever even announce. It's time to monitor TMA for NFT mints. Yeah, we have a NFT monitor tracker in Grill Labs. Maybe we'll make it a feature for Waypoint or something, or Waypoint Premium if we decide to do that. But yeah, I would get any of the top ones, dude. Like if you believe NFTs are here to stay, I don't think they're bad bets. Or you can go in like the fine art space, but that's a lot harder to navigate. I think most people just do the PFP side. Yeah. But I think that's it. I think that's all we got for today. Unless there was more narratives, let me go check the price of crypto. Are we still pumping? Hey, Bitcoin almost at 69K. Let's go. Don't get liquidated, Cap. 1980 on ETH. I'm not streaming anymore. ETH flirting with 2K. Solana 84. Hyperliquid. I wonder if as the market pumps, if Hyperliquid starts to counter trade it now and go down. Yeah, that would be funny to see. But everything, you know, pumping's a strong word here. You know, hopefully we're getting back to the 69K support. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I got caught in the short. Yeah, we'll go back down, bro. Don't worry. There'll be war or something. But yeah, that's it for today's stream, I guess. Unless anybody has questions, you want to chit chat, but I'm going to end it here. If not, appreciate. Oh, I just kicked my camera. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're improving the stream. You can see we're making things better here. Anybody want to sponsor? Boom, your logo here. Doing more stuff. Gonna get a song going for the beginning, for the intro, maybe a video and stuff, and some guests. I have a lot of people DMing me now that they want to come on, so we're gonna start bringing some guests on. Oh, you heard about the 6,000 Bitcoin? Not 6,000, unless you're talking about the 2,000 Bitcoin on an exchange. Let me go look it up. If on BitHum, is that what it's called? BitHum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. Here, I'll stream it again. Boom. This exchange called BitHum. I don't know. BitHum accidentally set hundreds of users 2,000 Bitcoin instead of 2,000 KRW. What is that? Korean won? I don't know. And they immediately started dumping, and Bitcoin nuked. Okay, wait. This was a while back. Okay, no, this is priced in a different currency. That's why. What's KRW to USD? Or USD to KRW? Let's put to KRW. I don't know what. Let's just look up 60,000 USD to KRW would be what? Okay, I mean it nuked to the same level. Oh no, it went lower. So 80, 81. How would I get this? Let's do 53,000. Yeah, it went to about 55,000 on this exchange because they just nuked it. Yeah, imagine transferring that off right away. You just transfer it off and you have 2,000 Bitcoin or whatever it is. What's up, Big Time A? Oh, here we go. It's a collection. It's not a collection. It is Death Strategy by CyberKongs. Let's go look that up. CyberKongs. I have not seen this. No, I completely faded this. I didn't see this at all. So they're launching their own strategy on the 9th. Okay. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of CyberKongs. I don't know. I wouldn't buy one. Maybe as a trade. Let's go look how they're doing. CyberKong. Look, I didn't trade any of the strategy coins. I don't like the taxes. 10% tax when you buy and sell is insane. So yeah, I don't like it. I didn't do it. I mean, it hasn't pumped the prices, but I mean, the market was crashing, so it's like a weird time to announce it. But yeah, maybe I'll trade them, but I'm not. I don't really care, to be honest. That's my opinion. I don't really care about CyberKongs. It's an old collection that tries to come back whenever there's a narrative. What else in Korea? Yeah, it's not 6,000. No, I think it's 2K. I always read the Buy Thumb is an OG exchange. Oh, that's what it's called. Buy Thumb. No, it's on BitHum. I guess Buy Thumb. I don't know. This was yesterday. Yeah, I was just in my mind I was thinking, oh, 90K Bitcoin, but it's 90K in their prices. That's crazy. It was like 66K before that. Grilla, we want to have you as a guest on our live stream. Depends what it is, where it's streamed. What is it? What is this? What's your live stream? Is this your live stream? Okay, you guys are doxxed. No, okay. I see you posting on my tweets all the time. Yo, hit me up, DM me. We'll see if we can work something out. No promises. I get asked to do this a lot, and I just kind of got bored doing it. It dumps NFTs. Wait, are you talking about the strategy? It buys and lists lower than floor. Wait, is that what they're doing? Different mechanics. They have their own protocol. Not on token strategy. Wait, okay, wait. That's what they're doing. That's actually funny. Are you joking or are you serious? Yeah, that's actually funny. I mean, people are going to be pissed. Why would they do that? They're just burning money. What? Introduce dynamic target selection, inverted listing logic, and increased velocity to existing model. Learn more below. This strategy is an automated dynamic on-chain strategy protocol featuring dynamic target selection, inverse relisting model, arbitrage opportunity, and increased volatility. Rather than committing to a single project indefinitely, every 3 days, Death strategy holders can vote for predetermined list of NFT collection. Okay, it's not Cyberkongs. A highest voted project becomes the next strategy target. This creates a rotating strategy. Inversed relisting model. A classic strategy typically buys an NFT relisted for 20% higher. Death strategy is the opposite. Buys an NFT relisted for 20% lower than the last floor price. Aren't just like snipers going to eat? It's going to be like a gas war, basically. Offers users an opportunity to trade an NFT and collect NFTs. Yes, that's the collecting part is cool, but I think the people who are doing this are going to be the ones who are trying to take advantage, to trade for profits, get a hold of NFTs at discounted prices. With it, introduce a method of buyback mechanism, strategy to act faster and more frequently in buying back and burning. What? We introduce a method for the buyback mechanism of the strategy to act faster and more frequently. Okay, I guess they mean the code. This accelerates capital flow. Classic strategy. 10% buy and buy. The breakdown, 9% be trade feeds into the engine. To developers, fair launch, 1 billion token supply. Yeah. I hate all that stuff, to be honest. It's funny, but I don't get it. Cyberkon's so salty after the launch of Con that they want to nuke the NFT market even further. Also, predetermined list rather than voting on any collection so they can choose their targets. I mean, if they have a lot of targets, it does, they just they probably don't want people picking or somebody botting it and picking like a random collection. I assume they're going to pick all the majors. This is just super weird. I don't know why would you buy this coin outside of like the initial hype? Why should this coin have value? It's just the weirdest thing. Smart contract. The normie public has no idea what's coming. That's why it's death strategy. Yeah, thank you to the person who brought it up. Was it you? Yeah, Irish. It's funny initially, but after that, like, why should I care about this coin or anything? I feel like somebody's just gonna have a bot set up and like, hey, any listing 20% below floor, grab it. And what if there's not enough volume on that collection at the time? Somebody's gonna, and what if they mass list? What if they list like 30 at once? Or like, what if they list one? Yeah, it gets bought. That person relists it lower than or accepts a bid. Yeah, I feel like this might just drag down NFT collections. Excuse me. It might just drag down NFT collections. Like they're buying something, they're listing it lower. Somebody takes it, they accept the bid, and then it's just a wheel of like lower floors. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. This protocol comes with a bot. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't like it. I find it's a weird idea. It's funny, but like, okay. Do it to, do it to Cyberkongs. Let's vote that Cyberkongs and let's see how the floor does. They should test it on their own collection first and then put it to other people. But it's funny. They're trying something, but yeah, I don't think I wouldn't buy this coin. Like, I don't know. What's the point of this coin? But yeah, let's end it here. Appreciate everybody for joining in. Oh, yeah. Appreciate everyone for joining. If you could hit the like button. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100K. I know I haven't made a real video in a minute. I got a bunch coming up, a bunch of tutorials and stuff. Some sponsored. Okay, let me make my sponsored money. But one of my plans is, dude, I'm getting DM'd by so many tools now. And it's like, I don't have time to test all these tools. I don't have time to do all this stuff. But what I might do is like I have a bunch of prediction market aggregators DMing me. And I'm just like, I don't know which one's better. So I might just test them all and maybe do videos on all of them. And then, just rate like, hey, this one's good at this one's good at this one sucks. Like, be straight up. They want me to, you want me to test your tool, I will. And then you deal with the consequences if your tool sucks. So that's how I'm looking at it. So I might have a ton of those tools coming out. Maybe some airdrop stuff. I had you guys do a vote. I had a little poll on YouTube where most people said they wanted prediction market tools and airdrop stuff. So airdrops, there's not really that much that I care about in the world of airdrops. Like, I kind of regretted putting it in there. I guess Mega ETH would be the only one with the rewards campaign. It's not even an airdrop. But outside of that, yeah, I could do some prediction market stuff. There's some other tools. And there's a lot of old videos I want to catch up on. Like, my Phantom tutorial is doing really well. Like, I'm happy how well it's doing because I didn't think it would. I just put it out there because I wanted to be able to point back to like, hey, go if you need help getting started with a wallet. Check out my tutorial. And how many views is it at? Wait, let me get my screen back up here. We are currently at 22K views, dude. 22K views on this tutorial. So that's really cool because it's it's a tool everybody knows how to use. Like, everybody on CT knows how to use it. But this is onboarding. I'm onboarding, yo. Sponsor me, Phantom, right here. Sponsor right here, Phantom. Yeah. So more tools like this. Maybe I'll cover some other wallets. I've done Rabby's the only wallet I think I haven't done. Maybe I'll do some like other chains or something. Tutorials, perp dexes. There's a few that are reaching out to me. I don't know how interesting that is for you guys. Maybe NATO. I saw there was some cool stuff around NATO. Maybe I'll do that. It just bothers me when like the problem with NATO is most people can't join. You need an invite code or something. Like, that's just annoying. I make a tutorial and then people can't join. You can't use it. Nobody's going to be looking up the tutorial. Like, it's annoying. They announced that Moonbirds are their first. Wow. Why? They better not hurt the Moonbirds floor. We'll see what happens. Look, maybe they're going to be buying stuff up. That'd be funny, right? If they buy, like, you list Moonbirds on the floor, they buy your Moonbirds, they list it 20% lower, you buy back your Moonbirds that you just sold to them, and you get a 20% discount. Like, that's funny. But yeah, I don't know why this would do well long term. But yeah, let's end it here. I've said it 3 times. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will have another show on Monday. I'll have videos next week. And then Monday, Friday for now is the schedule. People are asking about the schedule. We're going to try to sneak in Wednesday. It just depends how much content there is, right? I don't want to be forced to do a show and there's nothing to talk about and I'm just babbling for an hour and boring you guys. I can also reduce, right? It could become like a 30-minute show. It doesn't always have to be an hour. So yeah. Thank you, everybody. Check out Waypoint Bot at waypoint.tools. It is in the description down below. You can add it for free to your Discord and pressure your Discord. If you're in a Discord, if you're in a community, be like, yo, why don't we have Waypoint Bot yet, guys? It's super easy to set up and we're getting alerts on all this stuff. We're getting so much advantages. We're getting news. We're getting KOL trackers. We're going to get mint trackers soon. We're going to get all this stuff. So hit up your community. Free to use, waypoint.tools. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching another Crypto Gorilla video. Peace. Soon there's going to be a song, and you're going to get the whatever my song is.